Hey everyone, Shane here with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Curt A20 fifth wheel hitch with the S20 Slider base. Here we have a 2021 Ram 2500. The Curt A20 with the S20 Slider is going to be a perfect combination for a Ram with a 6.5 foot bed or smaller. It's going to allow you, when you're pulling your trailer, to slide that hitch back to give you more space between the front of your trailer and the cab of your truck. This hitch is going to be 20,000 pounds, or have a 20,000 pound weight capacity. So it's going to be great for the Ram 2500. You just want to make sure that the vehicle is capable of handling that. Unlike some other hitches, this hitch, when using it, is actually going to be very quiet. So maybe you're going over railroad tracks or something like that, and your trailer and your truck are off. You know, they're not exactly centered. And a lot of hitches, you'll hear it clanking around back here. With this one, you're not going to hear it. It's going to be very quiet, because there's a rubber boot on the front and the back, so we don't have metal on metal contact. The rubber sleeves, or the rubber boots that are on the head, are actually going to help absorb some of the shock that you may feel with some of the other hitches. You got full articulation, front to back, side to side. So no matter which way, you know, your trailer or truck is turning opposite of the other of the trailer you're pulling, you're not going to have to worry about it with this hitch binding up. So as I mentioned, this is a slider. So to operate the sliding hitch, we'll pop the pin out. You're going to have to pull back on the pin a little bit to slide the pin out. Handle, you're going to push out, and that's going to allow your hitch to slide. And once it hits the most rear position, that handle is going to lock back in place. And what that's designed for is for tight turns. Maybe you're backing into a tight spot into a campsite or something like that. You want this to be in the back position, again, to give the front of your trailer and the back of your cab enough room, so if you have to do a 90-degree turn, your cab and trailer aren't making contact. It's going to have a dual jaw design. The handle is going to come with a pin, so once you have it locked in place, you slide the pin. That'll keep it from accidentally coming open. Slide the pin out. You're going to pull the handle out and slide it back. Being dual jaw, that's a really nice feature on hitches. One, because you're getting full contact 360 degrees. You can see the top and bottom here on this end. They actually overlap. So when the jaw is closed around the kingpin, it's going to take a lot less noise from inside the pin, because you're not going to have as much room for that pin to move around. Now the top side, or the head side of this, you can see very wide base. The opening is going to be very wide, so it's going to make it easy to couple onto your trailer's kingpin. When you compare it to like the BMW, a lot of people prefer the BMW because BMW is a well-known brand. They hold up well. One of the things I like about this hitch over the BMW is, with the BMW, in order to get it to slide, the handle you push back. With this one, you can stand outside a truck and you pull it towards you. The downside to it is this pin right here. This pin's can be difficult to get out because of this welded plate that's in here. So if you can't reach from inside the truck or from outside the truck, you're going to have to get in here and take the pin out first before you can pull that handle out. The hitch head can actually be removed fairly easily. You pop this pin and clip off here. There's a large pin that runs straight through the middle. You'll slide that pin out and this whole head will come off. It's going to have 3 different height adjustments. I actually have it set in the middle because our neighbor here has a tonneau cover. We want to make sure it stays underneath that cover. It can be easily adjusted. You simply take out these 2 bolts on this side, 2 on the other side. You can raise it or lower it depending on the height of your trailer. So if your truck already has rails in it, or maybe you bought the truck and somebody else had put them in, this hitch is going to work with industry standard rails. If you don't, you need to look in the back of your truck. If you don't know if you need rails or what you have, look in the back of the truck. If you see 4 pucks in a hole right in the middle of the truck bed, that means you have a factory setup from the manufacturer. If you don't see those, then you're going to need rails. You can find the rails here at eTrailer. As far as maintenance goes with the hitch, it's going to be very minor. You have a Zerk fitting for your jaws right here, and then the rails, where the rollers roll on the bars for the sliding portion, those also have a little bit of grease on them. I would watch the rails for sure. So if you're going down a gravel road or something like that, with the grease on there, it can get caked up. Over time, it could make it a little bit more difficult for this to slide, so you may want to clean that off. Maybe put a little bit of fresh grease on there. Other than that, it's going to have a nice black powder coat finish. It's really going to hold up well in all weather conditions. And it's going to come with the plate for your kingpin. These are fairly inexpensive, so I would recommend, getting a couple of these, throwing a couple in your truck. You can find these here at eTrailer as well. Other than that, that's going to do it for a look at the Curt A20 with the S20 Slider hitch on a 2021 Ram 2500.